Let's start now clipping away and cropping images. We need the file brochures here, which I add a few things to it. I will come to file and I will say open, and you have the brochure here, and we click open. Now, one word of caution. If you want to do the clipping mask and so on, the clipping mask and the image have to be in the same layer. For example, if you take the layers here, you will not have several layers, and layer 7 is empty. So now I want to work on the brochure. Well, better to be in the same layer or make a new layer for my image and my mask. But now I'm going to select this, so I am in the layer I want to work in. Once you selected the layer, it's not going to be deselected unless you select something else outside. So I'm going to select the layer and go to property. Now let's bring an image in. File, place, and let's take the images here, for example, mountains. Okay, and make sure it's not link, it's not template, it's not show import options, just place. Now you wait a second, wait for the image to appear at the thumbnail here, because then you can click and drag to get the image the size you would like, and it's a big image, no problem. Now, first thing you do is arrange and send to back. The image should be in the back. Whatever you want to mask should be in the back, and the mask should be in front. Simple. Let's draw a rectangle here. This will be our mask. I'm gonna come from the anchor to intersect. Here you are. Now, it doesn't matter if the mask has a color, has a stroke, it really doesn't matter. But for us to see it well, let's give it no color and a simple stroke so we can see the mask itself. Now, I will go for the selection tool and select the image and the mask. So it's our rectangle here, you know, it's in red, it's selected. The image is selected. And simply come over here, there is make clipping mask. Here you are, it's done. Very nice. But now you notice, like, okay, this is beautiful, but I want to move the image around. Well, there are several ways to do it. The best way as a beginner to do is to come to object and you come to clipping mask. This is what we have done. It's called the clipping mask. And you have make, we already made it. We don't want to release it, meaning we don't want to cancel the clipping mask. We want to edit the contents. Now the image is available to me. Now notice, guys, the content is the image and the mask is the rectangle. So I'm not going to edit the rectangle from here. I can edit it from outside. But here I can edit the image, place it the way I would like, which is the best view. For example, here you are. And you click outside. Fine. Now, another way to edit the image inside is go for the direct selection tool, the black arrow, and point on the mask and click. Since there is only an image behind, it's easy. It has selected the image. You come back to your selection tool and somehow you can now, stretch it or move it around the way you would like. And then you click out and here you are, it's done. That's two ways to do it. I prefer you go to edit content. Fine, if you don't like your work anymore, I want to release the image, I want to put a new image, you come to object and you clipping mask and say release. And here you are, there is no clipping mask anymore. Click out to deselect and selected only the image, but you notice the rectangle here has lost its stroke and the fill. So you need to give it a stroke to see it again. Cool, I will undo this. Notice, guys, it doesn't have to be a rectangle. It can be any shape. Let's take the star, for example. Draw a star. Press option. We have this option for the border, for the points. That's cool. Go to direct selection and adjust it. Make it round a bit. Go back to the selection tool. And, of course, let's give it a stroke here because we lost it from the last edit. Go to File, Place. I'm going to place the same image, which is mountain, and place it over here. So I'm going to do something like this. That's cool. Of course, arrange, send to back. I can see both of them. Now, I make sure they are both in the same layer when I select them. So I'm going to select both of them. They are in layer 2, the same. That's pretty good. And go to Properties. And I have Make Clipping Mask. Here you are. It's done. Now, the shape is still available to you, and you can change the way you would like. If you want to, through the black arrow and the white arrow, you can size the shape you would like. This is done. Let's move on to the next video where we'll do the rest and learn about compound path.